Hello friends, it is Julie. Welcome back to Pages and Pens. Today I am here with an update video. Let's jump right into it. We are doing this vlog style because I really want to hold myself accountable to just starting this video, and I keep saying that I'm going to start it and then I don't start it. So this is the beginning of my vlog slash update slash where I am right now, and letting you guys know where I am with reading, with writing, with life in general, and where my channel is probably going. Let's talk about it. First things first, you're gonna notice that there's been a lot less content here, and that was part COVID and lockdown and quarantine and not having the emotional bandwidth to continue to make content. I'm better. Things are what things are, and I'm doing my best. And I'm doing okay. I'm actually doing better than okay in a lot of areas of my life. One of those areas is not reading. I have not been doing very much reading. So if you guys follow me on Goodreads, you'll know I haven't really been updating. A lot of the books that I've been reading have been saying currently reading for months. And I just actually went in and moved a lot of them to just DNF because I don't think I'm going back to them. I'm not going to stop making booktube content, but I am going to make booktube content when I feel like there's something to add. I'm not doing TBRs because I really am not reading enough to warrant a TBR. I will do wrap-ups. I'll let you know what I'm excited about, what I might be purchasing. I will let you know reviews of things that I find really amazing. I can do recommendation videos. I'm fine doing all of that kind of content. If I see a really cool tag, I might jump in on a really cool tag. I'm not going to be forcing any amount of content in terms of this many a week has to happen. My channel's growth has been pretty stagnant over the last year. I realized that I love the people that come to my channel and who comment frequently, or who don't comment but religiously watch. I love my people. I found my people. I like my people. I'm sticking with my people. So I'm not worried about growing my channel. I'm not going to worry about trying to play to YouTube's algorithms. It's just not going to happen for me. So I'm going to continue to make content that I feel like excites me and that I want to make, that doesn't drain emotional energy, but actually continues to fill and fuel my well of creativity. That's what I would like to be doing. That being said, there are a ton of amazing content creators within the booktube community who are doing very unique, very cool, high production level videos. I appreciate and applaud them. I'm going to tell you right now, my main focus is writing. That's what it is right now. And I want to update you on where I am with my writing, and then I want to give you a heads up that I will be transitioning to more AuthorTube content. This was always meant to be an AuthorTube and BookTube channel. It was pages and pens. I was always meant to be reading and writing. And when I found BookTube, I went very, very heavy on the reading side of things and not as much on the writing side. Naturally, you need to find a balance there, right? I am still at the tail ends of querying my fantasy, my fae story that you guys have heard a lot about. And I actually have changed that to an adult contemporary fantasy. It's a little bit less urban fantasy, a little bit more contemporary fantasy. I have my last round of queries out to agents. I've queried 4 different times with that novel, and by far I'm getting the best feedback from this last round of queries. However, the queries are still rejections at this point. It's a lot of interest in the story and the characters, that they've sat with it for a while, but that they just don't feel like they can confidently sell my book to publishers. There may not be a market for my story right now, and I need to acknowledge that, and I did acknowledge that quite a while back. If you were here in November, which I don't know when this is going up, but in November of last year I went to Highlights and I did a whole writing vlog while I was there. I will have that linked here or down in the card in the description. But I went to Highlights, I did a writing retreat, and while I was there I did Nano and I started a contemporary adult story. So I think it'll technically fall more into just general contemporary fiction, possibly women's fiction. It's not a straight romance. There is a romance in the story, but the main arc of this story is a woman, her career, her romances, her family life. It's like her story, right? I wrote that in November, and then I let it sit, and I queried the contemporary fantasy. I did more rounds of edits. I did another round of readers on that, requeried. Fantastic. Once that was done, and I was querying the fantasy again, I went back to that contemporary that had been sitting for the better part of a year, and I reread it and I edited it and then I sent it out. As of filming this right now, it's October 17th, and the contemporary that I wrote is out with critique partners, beta readers, alpha readers, early readers, and I'm waiting for feedback on that particular story so that I can do another round of edits and then start querying it. I really like the story, and I'm hoping that it's a more market-friendly story. I'm hoping that this might be the book that lands me an agent. I think that it's going to be a lot easier to sell, and I'm hoping that it is my foot in the door. Banking on this story being the one that kind of helps me get into the door of publishing, that hopefully lands me an agent that is more market friendly, I have started to outline for Project Nanowrimo, which is National Novel Writing Month, which is November of every year. I am outlining another book that if I land an agent with this contemporary book that I have out to readers, if I land an agent with that book, the book that I'm outlining right now will also fall into the same larger contemporary fiction, possibly women's fiction umbrella. I can stay with the same agent. That was also another concern for me. I knew that I had this contemporary novel, and if I got a fantasy agent or somebody that dealt mostly with urban fantasy, contemporary fantasy, sci-fi, SFF content, would they be able to then transition to my contemporary novels? Would I have my debut be a fantasy and then move on to contemporary? I didn't know how any of that was going to play out. So right now I'm outlining a book that's another contemporary. I'm really excited to write it. It actually has ties to Highlights and to the first contemporary that I wrote. Not in terms of story, but in terms of inspiration. I got inspiration for this story while I was there writing the first contemporary. Neither one of them are linked. But I'm so excited about my writing, and I am in a good cycle of drafting and editing and querying, and I would like to stay on that timeline and that cycle. It is taking a lot of my creative energy. So while I'm writing like this and outlining like this, a lot of my time is being spent on my books, and it's not being spent on reading. And quite frankly, it's also not being spent on vlogging, recording videos, editing videos, uploading videos, or worrying about YouTube growth. There's only so much of a creative well that I have to pull from, and all of that right now is going towards writing. My ultimate career goals are not to be a professional YouTuber. This is so much fun and I love doing it, but my actual career goals are to be a writer. I want to be a published author, so I need to focus my energies where it's going to take me further towards that goal. That being said, I love sharing my journey in writing and drafting and editing and querying. I love sharing that with you. I love being transparent with you. It is a long process. It is a learning curve process. There's a lot that I don't know. There's a lot that I'm learning, and I like having it to look back on to say, here's where I was, and here's where I got to. I am still reading, so I'm still excited to read less, but read books that I'm really excited about. Hopefully talk to you and review those books with you. I'm reading things that I think are going to be 5-star reads because I don't want to waste time away from my stories unless I know it's going to be a book that I love. My shelves are not any less full, so I will be reading, I will be doing book reviews, I will be doing booktube content, but I will probably also be doing authortube content, talking to you about my writing journey, my querying journey, my beta reading, all of that. I'll be doing more writing vlogs. I will likely be doing some live shows. I'm hoping to be able to do those again with Chelsea. We did one recently. We're not keeping them live, so after it was over, it was over. If you were there while we were live, then you got to see it. I'll probably be doing more of those. I think I'm also going to be adding in live stream productivity sprints. They're really important for me. I love them, so I will schedule those. You'll know when they're going to come up. and then we can get on. And whether you're reading with me while I write, whether you're doing your bullet journals, whatever it is that you're doing, whether you're cleaning your room, decluttering your bookshelves, whatever, I'll probably be doing like hour and a half long productivity sprints where you can come, whatever it is that you have as a goal to get done for the night, whether it's homework, you can come hang out with me and do it. Those are really important to me to keep myself accountable while I am writing, and I'm hoping to be able to help everybody else with accountability and productivity by hosting some of those as well. So I think that's going to become like a monthly thing for me, and maybe even more often depending on if you guys like that. So let me know in a comment down below if that would be something that you'd be interested in. I wanted to update you on how I see myself going forward in terms of energy and energy output, and where I see myself in terms of the channel. I don't want to neglect it. I don't want it to be so long before I see you guys in the comments, before you see my face, before you know what's going on with me. And I want to be more accountable to updating you guys on my process and on my writing. So this is my short update video. I hear you on social media, in my DMs, in comments saying that you miss me. How am I doing? What's going on? And I wanted to just address that and say, I'm not going anywhere, but the kind of content that you get might change a little bit. And hopefully that's cool with you, because it's content that I'm really excited to make. And I feel like that's really important too. I adore you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being people that I can come to for both sides of my passions, for both reading and for writing, and for supporting me through this journey. It really does make a difference to hear that you guys are excited for my books, that you support me in my writing. I'd be lost without my booktube friends and booktube community while going through the writing process, because so many of you have ended up as early readers and as feedback partners, and I appreciate you so much. More on my current work in progress soon. For now, that is it. If you guys liked this video, I hope you did. Do give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you click that subscribe button. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you'd be interested in productivity sprints. Hopefully I'll see you there soon. And that's it for this one. Bye, guys.